Hi friends, welcome back to Mark's Speed Shop. In this video, we'll be back on the C10 a little bit. Just doing a few things, just kind of pedaling around, getting little things, every little bit you do, you know. And it got a lot of little bitty things to do to this. So I'm getting back to it. I'm trying to get that. I want to get the engine back more together. I brought another set of headers up. I don't really think they're going to work, but I'm going to hold them up and see if they will. Just for the time being. I just want to get an exhaust on it so I can get everything else on it and crank it. I haven't given up on the spindle wheel headers. I'm gonna do those, but I've got to work on those some. I've got to do a little more to it. But I've done a couple little things. I told you after the last video I'm gonna get back to some of the little things. They're a little bit easier to do, but still stuff we got to do. But welcome back. Thanks for coming back. And I hope you enjoy it. Watch it to the end and see what you think. Give me some ideas on this thing. I kind of like to name it something too. So I'm going to strip all this off. We'll name it. You know, give it like a race car or gasser style name. So if any of you got any ideas, let me know. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. I gave a quick sweeping, quick brooming, put down a little stay dry on that. Most of that is just antifreeze and stuff. Antifreeze don't like to evaporate, so put a little bit of stay dry down on that. That can save if it has to. I don't need to get under this, I don't think. As long as I get it up and put it on jack stands, get the front wheels off so I can get back to the engine. But still cluttered like crazy, but got a whole lot more room than it did. And so now I'm working on, I took the little Ranger. Man, the brakes sticking bad on the driver's side. But I pulled the truck up and was able to squeak the Ranger out from this area. And now I got it backed up, not quite to it, but close. And I'm gonna, right now I'm gonna walk back down to the house and get the soul shaker. And then my idea is to probably put a tire or something between them, depending on where that old homemade hitch sticking out, where it hits. But I'm not too worried about the bumper on this or this. I just don't want to get locked up on that. And we're trying to push her in. I guess the one good thing about the brakes locking up on this, staying locked up, that I don't have to put an emergency brake on, because it holds wherever you stop it. I have it in 4-wheel low right now, so the only way I can move it from down at the house. It's been raining. It wasn't in a muddy spot, it was in a grassy spot. So I'll just keep it in 4-wheel low right now. All right, I'm just on the way walking down to get the soul shaker. I'll show a little picture of that. I think that'll work. And then, look at this car. I mean, gosh, I have got to do some bush hogging. I mean, it's about to be swallowed up. I had to do something with that this winter. I will not go over there in the summertime. As far as I'm concerned, summertime is not the time to cut trees and trim bushes. I know a lot of people like to do it, but I ain't fond of ticks and snakes, so I do it in the wintertime. Oh well, let me hoof it on down here, get this oil shaker. At least I'll have some fairly reliable transportation up here. I won't have to do this again. And it don't look like it's much downhill, but it's a whole lot easier to walk from the shop to the house than it is from the house to the shop, because it is a slight uphill grade and you really feel it after you walk it. All right, got this oil shaker. Head back up to the shop. I didn't film any of it, but yesterday, which was Tuesday, I drove a Mustang to work, to my day job. Yeah. But drove it. That was the first real break-in. Like I say, Josh and Laura took it up the road, but they probably went maybe, I don't know what, maybe 4 miles round trip. So I took it to town, filled it up with gas, and did my errands and running around and going to work, and you went to the grocery store and all that, and it did great. I'm really happy now. Today is Wednesday, and they have it. They came in last night and got it, and Josh taking it over to the dealership to get a sticker on it, and they're gonna bring it back Friday. So I'm thinking about taking it to the cruise in this Saturday. I still need to fix the hood, but it's okay. I ain't worried about that. I mean, I'll fix it later. But I did drive it, and it did good. So now let me see if I can get this. See what kind of mess up I can do here. A lot easier with 2 people. Where's Josh when I need him? Oh yeah, he's at work. He's at his day job. Now you see why I want this little thing to be in my shop. a bite on it because it's starting to get into the, starting to get towards the tailgate. So let me pull up, get another bite. I do not want to mess the tailgate up. I ain't worried about the bumpers. I do not want to mess the tailgate up on that one. This one, let's go see. I don't think it destroyed anything. Might have rubbed that tailgate a little bit. Okay. I kind of get close to my makeshift table there. Let's see, now this is in here on the level, on the concrete floor. I can move around where I want it. Let's see what we got. Well, I mean, as long as them back wheels don't go off that little ramp back there. Oh yeah, we're good. A little crooked, but I can turn it straight. Now let me do all that. All right, little shop truck. To the rescue again. All-wheel low. Man, I tell you what, that brake, that driver's side brake locked up. That's the only way to move, about the only way to move, especially after the rain. Is that front brake lock looks like a line lock. It'll just spin this little tire, single traction. You put it in four-wheel low, man, she'll creep and crawl. I gotta get back on it. I want to fix it and paint it. Rod black with the Mark Speed Shop on the side, and it's coming. Good little truck. All right, I got her parked over there. Didn't do my tire much good. A little hard on it. Still a pretty decent tire for one that came off that Mustang. I gotta clean all this mess up too. Right now. I swear I might have to nickname this truck Timex. I don't know how many of y'all remember, especially a lot of y'all, if y'all my age, a little older, y'all remember those commercials. Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking. This thing don't even really tick, but it keeps on clicking along. She definitely deserves another paint job. We gotta fix that brake, gosh. I mean, it's like going around with emergency brake on it. You got to put it in four-wheel. Really four-wheel low, you can burn the clutch out. But you put this little thing with that weak little four-cylinder. You put this thing in four-wheel low, and it is like a tractor. I have moved cars around here years ago with it. And if the car will roll, it'll move it. If you got like that old sport satellite there, it's got brake hub locked up on it. It won't move that. The truck ain't heavy enough. I think it's got enough power, but it's not heavy enough. And it would not budge that wrecker even with all four wheels pumped up, which it was in the bushes. It sunk in the dirt a little bit, and it had trees and vines growing all up in it. We had to get John Deere over here to move that thing. It's a big wrecker. That thing's heavy. But a wrecker has to be heavy because it has to be able to move stuff around, have a solid base. The only downfall on this right here really is it's so light. But if something can roll, you can put it in four-wheel low. It's just like putting it in sub-low. And she'll creep along, pull it on. All right, now I'm gonna get in here and wiggle waggle this thing, get it a little bit straighter. But she's back in. Oh, that came out of that tire. All right. Well, there's something I'm going to do to these wheels ever since I put these wheels and tires, well, I mounted the wheels and tires, ever since I put these on, I have wanted to see how that one is. I wanted to put the Jag centers and the chrome lug nuts on this. I think that just dresses that up a little bit more. Makes it match a little bit better. So now let me get the other side on and get her back down. All right, well, there we go. Got the got these on. This side was a dog. It didn't want to act right. It didn't want to go on right. Well, steel wheel, that big tire, it's pretty heavy. And I know it looks like a lot of room here, but it is not. And you got to be able to get away from them a little bit to pick them up and do all that. That was a dog right there. And something else I ain't quite, well, I knew I wasn't going to be satisfied with is the way it sits. See all that fender well. I do want to put lowering springs in it. And I need to check all that on the back end anyway. It feels a little loose. Might just be shocks, might be springs for a while, I don't know. But I need to do some stuff to it. And I don't like the way it's sitting. I don't like the rake. I know a lot of people, oh yeah, man, slam it all the way down to the ground. No, I can't stand that. Not for me. And remember, this is going to be a gasser project. This is going to be a race truck? No. Will I rip it and race it? Meh, maybe. But I want it to look like a gasser, sound a little bit like a gasser, and you know, by the time I change the transmission, put a 4-speed in it, and put a different rear end in it, you know, later down the line, yeah, it might become a little bit of a racer. But it's a little too new to actually qualify for the nostalgic gassers. But it can still be a little hot rod. Anyway, what I'm saying is I don't like your front end down this far, and I don't like your back end up that far. So I've got those spring spacer things. I'll probably end up putting in the front sometime. Not really too bad on this side, but there's always something to do. Every little bit you do gets you one step closer. All right, part of those little things that I got to do is I'm going ahead and I'm putting some wires on the coil, the HEI. This one is to the battery for the coil. This one's going to be for the tack right here. So I'm putting them on with some ends, and then I'm going to put this on the distributor and feed these to the firewall, the hole I made in the firewall for it. So that way I'll have the wires and I'll be able to go ahead and put the cap on and all that. So that's just one of the things I'm doing right here. These wires are a little small, but they should be all right. If they're not, I'll find out pretty quick. I know this one will be fine, it's just tack. All right, let me get this on and then I'll show you. All right, get these wheels back off. All right, now I can get up in there, go with that distributor. Alright. I got it on now. I'm going to have to redo a little bit of this. I got them a little bit wrong. Ooh, that is up against it. I mean, barely ran behind there. I knew it was going to be back close. But, there that is. Got the distributor on. I got a couple of these intake bolts back. And that we put on from the, where we put the engine in. Alright. Got her on. I just gotta get the wires all straightened out. They're in order. And we got it marked. Just gotta get them on. Alright, well this right now is Saturday. First Saturday in July. Yesterday was July 4th. So I was washing up Laura's gone on a little vacation. So I was gonna wash this up. I just did. I washed her up. I was gonna take her to the cruise in, just show it off a little bit, you know, our car that we like, Laura's car, my old car. Anyway, I was washing, got her looking pretty good. And I was washing these two wheels on this side last, and I got right here. Bad valve stem. So I'm not going to risk it. I think it'd be alright. But you never know when it might blow out or pop off the rest of the way. I don't want to be off somewhere with a flat tire or hurt the tire. These tires aren't that old. In good shape. So what I'm going to end up doing is probably not going to the cruise in. Because I don't feel like taking a white car. And I'd need to wash the soul shaker. And it's getting down close time now. So what I'll end up doing is taking this up to the shop, jacking it up and pulling this wheel off. And I can't break that tire down with my old tire machine because it's a 17-inch rim. So I'll have to take it to town and get a stem put in it this week. But she'll be gone this week, so by the time she gets back, it'll be good. I'm gonna check all the others to make sure they're okay. But always something, ain't it? I'm glad I caught it rather than the tire going flat. I'm glad it didn't go flat on her. Well, I needed to run into town and get a line and a fitting for the fuel pump for this C10 anyway. So I decided to go ahead and go to the parts store and get what I needed and then come back by the cruise in and maybe get a hot dog, which I did, and see who was there. You know, talk to a couple people and see some of the cars. So that's what I'm gonna bring you now. That's what you're gonna see now.
I guess A's have a lot of things. Yeah. But, I say most of the stuff right here, you know, the guy that owns, he's died. It says nowadays, you don't drive.
few here today, more than I thought it'd be. Being the 5th of July. I finally got my 4th of July hot dog. Got it today. Alright, well that's going to wrap up this video. I'm not sure what I'm going to name it yet, but a little more around the shop, a little more on the C10, and a little bit of the cruise in we did this weekend. I went ahead and brought this back up here, all washed up and clean, so I can probably tomorrow, I'll be on next week's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the wheel off. I can't change it on my tire machine. I got that old Coach 1010. It's not made for 17-inch wheels. So all I really need to do is break it down. Probably take it to town, get one of them fancy tire machines, get them to break down the front of it, and just put a stem in it. That should be all it needs. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back and watching. And I hope you enjoyed it. Give me some comments on some names, and let's keep it nice. Names for the old gas or truck. No rusty shit box, stuff like that. No, just if you got any ideas, let me know. If not, that's fine too. I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate you coming back. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. You're really helping me out, and I appreciate it. I really do. So come back to see me, and I'll be here. Good Lord willing, and I'll see you at the shop. Oh yeah, hit that little button to subscribe. Thanks.